Hi everyone. We're going to talk about the simplistic steps around to get out of anxiety and depression. So, hi everyone. If you're new to my channel, my name is Azria. I'm a frequency translator and have been for many years. But if you are a subscriber, thank you so much for your help, love and support, and please do feel free to like, share and subscribe and all that fun stuff. This is slightly different content because I usually do face to camera, but there is so much coming through at the moment that I just wanted to jump on here really quickly because I'm finding a lot of people and clients and things are going through this kind of anxiety and depression. It might be one, it might be both, it might be more. And my life has been feckin' bumpy as well, and there's certain things that I've found that for me personally work in reframing things and starting to work with internal systems rather than trying to work against them, because anxiety and depression isn't a personal failure. Okay, it's not a personal failure. You've got your nervous system and your brain and your body they're not working in coherence. So when you feel great, you think, yeah, every single system is working the way it should. Fantastic. But when it's not, boy, oh boy, it's not. So I'm using these cards more as of a visual aid, because you don't just want to look at a cloth for the next 10 minutes, I'm sure. And these are beautiful cards. They're it's called the Portal. And you can tell I'm not ready because even look at those nails. I mean, come on. Yeah, they're called the Portal and they're absolutely beautiful. I will link them at the bottom, as well as linking my website, alarianresonance.com. And so if you wanted to get hold of me or reach out, please feel free to drop a comment below or, go and visit the website. So let's get back to the topic at hand, if my camera will stay where I need it to. So as I said, do not see it as a personal failure, this anxiety and depression. Maybe look at it as, okay, well, I've got these systems, like you'd have like systems on a laptop or a computer or a tablet or something. And actually, I want them to do what I want them to do. But how do I get them to do that? Well, your nervous system, as I said, might be in this whole fight and flight mode. Because remember, as we were saying, there is so much going on, including this wonderful stuff here. Upgrades, ascension, awakening, light codes, all of this is happening as well. Don't you think that's had an impact? As well as whatever's going on in your everyday life. We also then, oh, I've lost the card. There we go. Some of this that's going on. Surely that will have an impact as well, wouldn't it? I mean, it could be the fear of change. It could be the fear of things going on in this world at the moment, like the wars and the financial state of the world and things like that. And then, as I said, you've got all your personal stuff too. So, but let's take it back to simplicity a minute. Because actually, thinking about it, when we're underwater, what's the biggest thing we have to think about is breathing. And that's what anxiety is. Sometimes some people describe it as drowning. So when we're in water, what do we focus on? Breathing. So what I would suggest, again, is bring everything back to the breath. Now, this isn't going to be one of those videos where I tell you how to breathe, when to breathe, how long to breathe for. Because to help reset your nervous system it's more about the breath out, not in, out. So you might want to breathe in for, say, for the count of 3. But then the longer the breath out, that is you telling your nervous system, it's okay, I'm safe. That's it. You can do it 5 times, 10 times, 100 times, morning, noon, night, whenever. Doesn't matter. But it works. Because, I mean, we go into those shallow breaths when we get that anxious and depressed, because we go into that fight and everything is kind of like, oh, tense up. But if you start breathing, it all opens up again, doesn't it? Now let's go on to the brain, the mind. It's got a bloody lot to answer for. But we want to get into that feeling of freeness again. But it's difficult when our brain is picking up so much. Every single every single second of even though we might even be in the same house. And maybe being in the same house is a part of that. Because you're in the same rooms, you're surrounded by the same objects, day in, day out. My advice there would be, move a couple of them around. Because next time you walk into that room, your brain will go, oh, this is different. You might not consciously, but your brain is going, oh, hold on, something's moved. That's different, that's different. Also, you'll be moving around any of that stale energy that might be there as well by moving those items. Because when we talk about the brain, what we're wanting to do is we want to disrupt the signal. Yeah, we want to disrupt the signal. So again, as another example of how to do that, and I'll come on to imagination in a second, is say like we're sitting down on the couch and we get those really shitty thoughts or whatever. Stand up. Because it's getting your brain to do something different. If you're making coffee, maybe use the same mug every day. Use a different mug. And then that thought might come up. Okay, go from making a coffee to go and water the plants. Do something different. Also, do you remember when you're a kid, and this is where the imagination comes in, and I love this card, it's absolutely beautiful, is that didn't you just used to dance, shake, jump around, and you're going, yeah, I'm not doing that. I can hear you guys saying that now. Oh, look, a little fairies there too. Yeah? Move. Even if you just like do those rounded movements with your shoulders hold so much tension. Maybe if you're just sitting on the couch, roll your shoulders round. Again, not only are you getting the energy moving, but your brain is doing something else as well. I mean, get up and have a good jiggle, have a good dance. Who cares? Use your imagination. I know somebody who, every time they had like a really crappy thought, would pick up their knitting needles and just do like a row of not sewing, knitting. That was it. That was her, because it was deep focus on something else, literally just for a few seconds. She hated knitting, but you know what? Could just pick something up, do it for a few seconds, put it down, done. So you've got the change in your space, you've got the movement in yourself, you've got the cutting of that circuit. And also if you think, oh, I'm going to the same supermarket, the same grocery store, go to a different one. Maybe if you're used to sitting in your living room, go and sit in a different room for a change. And now you might actually be thinking, well, hold on a minute, Azra, this sounds all really, really great. But you know what? Sorry, I'm giving half the story away by showing these cards, and I've actually got one that's missing, but never mind. Is that, you know what, whether you're neurotypical, neurodivergent, at the same time, you're probably going, this is a fucking lot to do and think on top of everything else I need to do during the day. I'm already getting out of bed. I'm already doing my teeth, having a shower, going to work. Great. This isn't another routine you're adding in. This is just bringing your awareness to your state. It's being the observer rather than making the depression and anxiety part of your personality. Because as soon as you start saying, I am depressed, I have anxiety, I am anxious, that's bringing it to be a part of you. That is telling your nervous system and your brain, this is me. This is my state. This is my way of being. And it's not, and it doesn't have to be. So we then start taking the control back. And that's what will start really giving you that freedom. And it's tiny things. It's just bringing yourself back to the breath. But, as I said, it's more of the outward that will change it. The out breath. Yeah? Because when I was going through all my shit, well, first time, second time, third time, yeah, I forgot. I definitely forgot to do these things. But maybe this video, however long it is, 10-15 minutes, might have just been that tiny little reminding, oh yeah, no, I used to do that, or no, actually that sounds good. Because a card that just fell off my shelf was that one. That will really help you then go into and start listening to that intuition as well. But I'm going to come on to that another time because that's not right for now. A lot of people say that it's magic. It is magic. Because now you are in control of you. You know what? You may have had this depression and anxiety for a little while. That's fine. And I'm not saying that these are going to cure everything overnight, but I'm pretty damn sure that the breathing will. Oops. It's bringing your systems into coherence, into alignment. It's bringing yourself back to the present. Now, I'm not saying you have to do major visualizations. I'm not saying that you need to go into deep meditation. Nah, I saw that. That has its time and its place, but it's not when you wake up in the morning and you don't even want to get out of bed. And everyone's saying, be grateful, have gratitude. That's what's going to help you get through the day. And you're going, fuck that. This is too difficult. And you're thinking that it's going to be too difficult because your brain is still trying to deal with so many other things that are going on. Your nervous system is going, come on, dude. You know what? I'm as tight as a witch is what's it. Need to be loosened up here a little bit. So, take it back to simplicity. Take it back to the breath. Take it back to movement. That's it. And also, on one of my other videos, which I'll link below, and I'm hoping that's pointing below, is gratitude. Everyone says, oh, I'm really grateful for the roof over my head and I'm really grateful for the food in my fridge. But actually, you might not necessarily like or be where you want to be. But you know what? You might want to then change it to, I'm grateful for the space that I've had that's given me the time and the safety that I needed in order to move on. I'm grateful for that I found various videos that reminded me or gave me the knowledge that I needed. Actually, it's not actually given the knowledge. It's a quick reminder. That's all. I don't think I'm actually telling you anything you don't already know. Sometimes it is just about being reminded. Because as I said, we've got so much going through these bloody brains of ours that I know with my neurospicy one, who can remember it all? And especially when we're in that fight or flight and you've got all these different systems working in different ways, trying to, in essence, do the same thing. But I see it as more or less like, you know, when you phone up IT at work and they go, oh, have you turned the laptop on and off yet? This is the on and off button. Your breath is the reset. Don't make it difficult. It's not letting yourself down. Because also, as we've said, we've got a lot of this going on, haven't we? Which is having an impact. Our upgrades. Our systems are being provided with, for want of a better term. Our systems are going through ascension upgrades, light codes that we probably haven't had or felt for a very, very, very long time. So just give it a chance. And if any of this has resonated, if any of this has helped, then my work here is done. Because if somebody has said to me 5 years ago, you know what, all you have to do is breathe, I would have laughed at them. But you know what? It fucking works. Because again, you're not doing it. And if we're looking at a neuro-spicy brain, you're not taking on instructions. Or a large amount of instructions. Just going, oh, hold on, yeah. Breath in. Larger breath out. Oh, that felt good. I'll try that again. Breath in. Longer breath out. Then we can start looking at the observer effect. Actually observing what's going on. Because it's difficult to do all the other stuff, isn't it? When you've got, sorry, I'm you're not seeing my hands anymore because I'm trying to hold my camera still. When your internal systems that help keep you moving, that help keep you connected, that help keep you safe. I was going to say that they're on default mode. They might be on default mode, who knows? But let's change the default. Let's change the default to coherence. And so that we know when we're not in coherence how to get back to it. By the breath, by movement, by visual change, by bringing back that imagination of doing something just slightly different. One of the things I found really helpful as well is fidget toys. You know, like the old stress balls that we used to have. But, oh God, they've advanced in those tenfold now. Because again, it's getting your mind to focus on your hands. It's thinking about something else. Anyway, I could mumble on for hours and hours. But I really hope that's helped. And that you got something from it. And I really wanted to share that as what's coming through at the moment, guys. So, but as I said, if you want to get in contact, if, yeah, you want to reach out, that would be great. All the details are below, alarianresonance.com, Azure Official. And yeah, I try and, yeah, respond to all the comments and everything. And you know what? You're doing better than you think. And that's not just me saying it. You are. You woke up this morning, you got out of bed. Or if not, even if you're not out of bed yet, that's okay too. You can wiggle in bed, can't you? You can kick your legs around. That's movement. I make fun of it because you can. Or having a laugh about it, not making fun of it. I need to be mindful of my language. Anyway, I'm going to go because this was going to be a 15-minute video and now it's like 22 minutes. Oh, and 22 seconds. Love it, love it, love it. Anyway, I'll be back to face videos this week. As I said, there's a lot coming through, especially with the new books and everything and all that fun stuff. So also there's going to be a pre-release of my new book. So if you want to be the first ones to find out about it, again, go to the website and just put in your details. And then as soon as I get a launch date, you'll be the first to know. How exciting is that? Anyway, I'm going to go now. This has been an off-the-cuff video, which I hope has really, really been helpful. But from my heart to yours, have a wonderful day. Bye.